today, someone unapologetically herself.
I mean, that's all I know. I don't know how to be anybody else.
A truly unique voice.
Well, there's always haters, but there's a lot of people like, she can't sing. That doesn't bother me.
A breakthrough talent.
Everybody was listening to, like, Janet Jackson was huge then, and I didn't sound like that. So I thought, maybe these people don't know what they're doing.
Oh, and she can act too. The original Macy Gray.
So you stumbled into training day also? Did you stumble into an acting career?
I did.
And welcome to The Pulse. Now, we've had some really exciting people on the show since we got started. But today, wow, we've got Grammy winner. We've got award-winning actor. We've got somebody who's doing so many things, performing on tour, a new album. It is my absolute pleasure to be joined by Macy Gray. I don't know. Do we call you singer? Do we call you actor? Do we just call you Miss Gray?
Oh, I'm one of those every woman that Shaka Khan was talking about.
So I gotta tell you, and I'm sure you hear this all the time. I try, obviously, is in everybody's head. It was a song that we used to always sing. It still makes you smile when I was sitting there doing research for the interview. I have a friend who was convinced that you said, "I wear goggles when you are not near."
Oh, I know. I've heard that before. That makes no sense, though.
None. It makes absolutely none.
I know, but I mess up words to songs all the time.
So thank you again for spending time with us. Let's step back a little bit, because I think so many people are so familiar with your music and your acting. But I was doing research. How did you get the name? A bike mishap?
Oh, yeah. I was really little, and I fell down on my bike, and I looked up, and the mailbox said Macy Gray. And so that name just always stuck with me. Like when you're in school and you have to write, like, stories, like creative writing and poems and stuff. So I would always character Macy Gray. And then when I started singing, I just thought I needed an alias because my name at the time was Natalie McIntyre till I got married. But and that just sounded really long. So I decided, my name is Macy Gray, and it just stuck.
Just looked up and saw it on a mailbox and went, "That's me."
Yeah, I just went, "That's me." It was like, did you ever see the movie Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
Remember what he says? I looked up and it said Dirk Diggler. Remember that?
Yes.
Kind of that moment.
Okay. That's the example we're going to use. That's
it.
That's the comparison we're working with.
Yeah.
You have some connections to Philly. I was just upstairs talking to somebody, and they said you got a brother who's doing big things in Philly.
Oh yeah, my brother. He owns the gym Body Rock boot camp. I know I'm terrible with locations, but he's been there. Gosh, about like 15 years now. It's a personal training gym. It's really awesome. He gets me in shape. He's pretty hardcore.
Well, we wanted to give them a shout out as well. So you fell on your bike, saw your stage name. I read that going back into college days, and you were writing songs, but you never really viewed yourself as a singer. You were a songwriter. Is that true?
Well, I've always had a knack for the pen. I've always been good at putting words together, And then the thing is, though, when you write a song and somebody will say, "Well, how does it go?" And so you sing it to them, right? So I had all these little tapes, like little cassette tapes. I just aged myself, but
yeah,
with my voice on them. And then someone heard the tapes, and he had a gig every Sunday at a hotel for Sunday brunch, and he needed a singer, and he was like, "Can you learn these songs by Sunday and sing for my gig?" And that's really how I started. It was really by accident.
And you now have kind of become distinguished as one of the most unique voices that's ever kind of been out there. But I also read that, like so many of us, you didn't particularly like your voice when it started or think that you were a singer.
No, I guys, no, because it's quirky. It doesn't really sound like, when I was coming up, like all the big singers were like Whitney and Shaka Khan and all those, and I didn't sound it, and Mariah Carey, and I couldn't sing like that, so I didn't think I had a chance, But I just kept doing it. Like I kept like writing and going in the studio, and I liked being on stage. I just kind of was doing what I liked. I was in my early 20s, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do yet anyway, so I was just doing whatever, and I stuck with it, and then it turned into something real,
Was there a minute where it kind of clicked that, hey, like this might be something that's going to have me multi-platinum at some point? Like, did you have that moment where you kind of embraced it and loved it?
Yeah, but it was well after my album when I finally understood that I had finally accomplished something. It took me a while because I was just, I don't know, I was sitting, but my biggest thing was I was able to buy a car, and I got to travel for the first time in my life. I had never been out of the U.S. So I was like seeing the world. I was excited about my car. I paid off all my mom's credit cards. I was excited about stuff like that. And so it didn't really hit me about what was going on until I remember I was in New York and I got mobbed at the Gap.
So these were the small moments that impacted you.
Yeah, that was really when it finally hit me. I was like, these people know who I am, like that was when I was in New York, and I went to the Gap to buy my son a winter coat, and I got mobbed in the Gap.
Interesting message for kind of people who are struggling with their own identity or what have you. You had a multi-platinum album. Like, you were being nominated for Grammys and winning Grammys. And you still didn't particularly like your voice? Like, the rest of the world was saying you're this outstanding performer, and you were like, eh.
Well, I still get a lot of criticism still to this day. So, I don't know. It just didn't, like I said, everybody was listening to, like, Janet Jackson was huge then, and I didn't sound like that. So I thought, maybe these people don't know what they're doing.
You still get criticism about your voice, about what? People are still questioning that?
There's always haters, but there's a lot of people like, she can't sing, and I don't know. I mean, I'm over that though. That doesn't bother me anymore. But yeah, people criticize Jesus. You wouldn't even like Jesus. That's just the way people are.
She's described as uncompromisingly herself. I think that fits. Let's get back to the conversation with Macy Gray. You stay with it. You stumble in, literally stumble into a name. You stay with it. You keep writing. You get multi-platinum success. At what point did you kind of go, wow? Or have you still not gone, wow? Because you're 20 years into a successful career.
I know, it's been a minute. That's what I'm wowing about, that I'm still doing it, and I still like it. I still am excited about my shows. I have a record coming out July 8th. I'm excited about that. I'm doing the Philadelphia City Winery.
Yeah.
I'm still excited. I'm still, I still have fun doing it, So that's what I'm really grateful for. Because I know a lot of people get bored, they get jaded, or they decide, they want to do other things, So I'm glad that, it's probably the only thing in my life that I've really stuck to, except for my kids. But I have to do that.
But you are still enjoying it. You still like the performing?
Yeah, like genuinely, I can't wait.
So we just spoke to Glenn Jones, as we've had people on kind of celebrating Black Music Month throughout June. And Glenn Jones was saying that the performance part for him is the best because you get the immediate feedback. Like, you get to feel how people feel about your music. It still makes him smile. Like, what is it for you about performing?
You just get a feeling up there that you can't get anywhere else. I don't know. Everybody came to see you, and they know the words to your song, and they're sweating and they're dancing. And you say, put your hands up, and they put their hands up, You say scream, and they all scream. It's like the only time anybody ever really listens to me.
The thing I enjoy about this show is kind of getting to talk to people like yourself and hear the difference between how they perceive themselves and how the world perceives them. Like we were excited to talk to you, and you're kind of sitting back, nobody really listens to me. Are you serious? You got millions of people who are listening to you.
I'm telling you, I have kids. I mean, when you have kids, you kind of surrender to the fact that nobody listens to you. So maybe if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't feel that way, but I'm around my kids all the time, and they totally ignore me. So that's where I'm at. I don't know.
It feels like your life, as you describe it, has been like stumbling from one moment of success to the next. So you stumbled into Training Day also? Did you stumble into an acting career?
Stumbled into Training Day. I did. I was at the studio and Antoine Fuqua walks in and he goes, I have this movie called Training Day and I want you to be in it. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, this guy is a cornball. He doesn't know what he's doing if he wants me in a movie. I've never acted before. I don't even know what he's talking about. So I didn't even read the script. I didn't take him seriously, but he kept reaching out to me. And then he invited me out to dinner. He invited me out to Mr. Chow's in Beverly Hills. And so of course I went, and we're sitting there and he goes, Denzel is in it. And I was like, what? and then I was like, okay, I'll do it,
So you almost blew off the opportunity to be in the Denzel movie that ended up being an award-winning movie and launched your acting career.
Yeah, I didn't even, because I thought if he wants to be in a movie, he must have no clue. And it's Antoine Fuqua, right? But I was like, he has no clue. I'm not doing it. So, and I was in the middle of my record, and I was kind of focused, and I had a boyfriend. I had a lot of stuff going on, So, I had never been in a movie before. I'd done school plays and stuff. So I didn't even know if I'd be good at it. So I was like, but when he said Denzel, I just wanted to meet Denzel. I was like, okay, I can get a picture with Denzel.
You just wanted a picture with Denzel, so you decided to do a movie.
No, that is totally the truth. That is the honest truth. Sadly, yeah. Wow. That's how I think. Don't tell anybody.
Well, yeah, I mean, you may have just told some people. But, all right. So you do Training Day, and obviously, people see Training Day, and they're like, she can do more than just sing. She's also acting career. And then when I was reading your bio, you've done almost as much or as many roles now in acting as music, right? Yeah,
I don't know the exact number. I've done about maybe 12 movies. Not a lot because I tour a lot, so I end up having to turn some stuff down. But yeah, I really enjoy it.
Do you finally accept there's these journeys to your singing, to your acting? Do you accept now that you're a good actor?
No, Cicely Tyson or anything, but I know, but I do get the basics of it. Like I studied it, and I was going to a coach for a couple of years, and so I get the real, the what do you call it? The mechanics of it, But like your proper actors, they study for years and years. That's all they do, They do movie after movie, so I'm not at that level. But I get the basics, like I can hold my own.
You have a really unique approach, seemingly, to your life. You're just, I'm going to sing. I'm going to act. I'll tour. And these things just continue to line up. And it doesn't sound like, I didn't know you before 20 minutes ago, but it doesn't sound like any of this has changed you. Like, has it?
Well, yeah, at this point, of course, I had my my self-absorbed moments, and I had my ego moments, and I've had my ups and downs, and it's definitely a journey, like you say. But I think now I'm 52, and so I'm able to really see it for what it is.
The thing that I saw people describing you on social media and on YouTube next to your videos and what have you, the thing that came up a lot was you remain unapologetically you.
That's all I know. I don't know how to be anybody else. No, when people say that, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to be doing somebody, like, I don't know what that means.
Other people we talked to have told all these different stories about record companies that tried to change them, or people who said you need to be something else. and you just seemed like you never gave in to that.
Well, only suggestion was like people to say I should dress sexier or I should change up my hair, you know. And I did. I tried all those things, you know. But you know, it's for me. It's hard to pretend to be someone else or something that I'm not. It's not. I couldn't. That's something I couldn't stick to. You know, I couldn't pull that off for very long. You know.
About the next album we can expect.
So that's July 8th. It's called The Reset. It's a remarkable record, and I say that with all modesty. Even if it was your record, I would say it was remarkable. But I'm really proud of it. It has some really interesting songs and like just straight bops. You know, it's like you know, it's hard to describe music, but it's a great album. I'm excited for everybody to hear it.
You've won awards in several different categories, went to, you know, #1 in jazz category, but also in pop category. What's this album, or is it just Macy Gray being Macy Gray?
It's kind of a collaboration. It's me and my band. They call themselves the California Jet Club. They're my touring band for like the past 10 years. And so we actually wrote this album together. So it's a little more collaborative. So you have, you know, different, more influences going on. And it's still me, but it kind of challenged me to do different things.
You're on tour, City Winery in Philadelphia, but some other stops as well. They're not huge venues. They're more intimate venues. Do you enjoy performing in that venue instead?
I like the winery. I know the owner, and they're just really good people, really good to us. But we're in Europe. I just did a festival for 10,000, and you know, we're going to Rio in September. That's like 1 million people. And then we did Amsterdam the other day. That was like 3,000 people. So, you know, like you said, I'm 20 years in. I can do all of them. I can stand on a little chair and sing for one person if you need me to. You know.
What's next for the acting career?
I'm doing a cartoon called Sneakers. It's with Lawrence Fishburne and a couple other, I can't remember, but it's called Sneakers. It's I'm gonna shoot that when I get back, and then but that's animated. You know, you'll just hear my voice. Mm-hmm. And then I'm doing MTV that I'm not supposed to talk about yet, and then I'm actually writing an idea that I have. So I'm gonna get that made in the next couple of years.
So a secret idea that we can only share with just me and you and the people who happen to be watching the show. We break news right now.
Yeah, don't tell nobody.
Yeah, just between us. I read that you almost got arrested in Barbados and had to do some kind of official apology.
Oh, right. So in Barbados, they have a law where you can't curse on stage. So I get on stage and I'm doing my thing and I'm like, blah, 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 F word, B word. I'm saying all of them, you know, because when I do it, usually, you know, people like that kind of stuff. So, and I get off stage and the police are waiting for me.
Tell us all the reasons we need to come see you at the City Winery, but on all of your tours. What do we get from a Macy Gray show?
You're gonna be screaming and dancing. You're gonna sweat. You're gonna look at the person next to you and fall in love all over again, and you're gonna sing songs you don't even know. It's like an adventure. My shows.
All right. Best advice you have for someone who wants to follow in your footsteps?
To get really good at what you do. Just really master your craft. I think when people are good at what they do, people find you. You know, I think that's what makes you stand out. Is what's going to make you great. It's going to make you get where you want to go. You know, I think you just really have to nail whatever your talent is. You really got to be the best you can be at it.
After you spend that much time talking to Macy Gray, all you can really do is just smile. It's somebody who has achieved so much, but still has the kind of attitude. It just all fell into place while she's speaking to us from Europe, continuing her tour. I, of course, enjoyed the conversation. I hope you did as well. We'll be back to do it all again, same time next week. And until then, we leave you as we always do by reminding you whenever you can, use your voice for good and have a good one.